All right, so here we are. We have an expert Ember, and he is orange tier now. And I like him enough that I'm even going to give him some runes. Nothing too terribly fancy, but I have plenty of archer resist runes, I think. Yep, there's one. So I'm gonna give him that. That'll help him out. And even if it doesn't, it makes him look cool, because now he's got a sprite that lives with him. Unboosted, he is now at 330k power, which is pretty decent. And of course, boosted, he is at 557. When I look at some of my other orange tier dragons, Nos, I've renamed him Grumpy, so, because he has this little grumpy face. Nos was one of my favorites, actually, but I will admit easily that I like Ember's spell combo better, and also Nos is epic, whereas now Ember has 4 abilities, now that we've got that invert, so he is at legendary status. So obviously he is now a cut above Nos. And who else do we have in orange tier? Habrock doesn't really compare. Volos, no. Lucius, no. Oh, Henki. Yeah, he was one of my faves. But again, I mean, just going head to head, Ember is better because he's got most of these same spells. He's got Cloak and Death Gaze, but then Ember has Invert. And again, only a 1 rage spell cost. So, so he beats Enki. That's sad, but he does. Now let's look at warriors in my orange tier. Obviously, this is the moment where everybody gets Amarok. And he was legendary. Not only just because he has 4 abilities, but because he is a legend. You didn't get better than Amarok for a while, especially when you got capped. And the green tier dragons could not be better than him, because they were all capped at kind of the same level of power before you reached 84. He's obviously very good, but again, if you favor hunters, no competition. Ember is better than Amarok. I said it. I said it, and I stand by it. In terms of sorcerers, ooh, so alright. Darja was an orange tier sorcerer. And now Darja you can purchase with rubies. And that's what I did. I saved up enough rubies and I got Darja. So in terms of dragons that you can purchase in this tier, I liked her a lot. She was really good. A little fragile. If you took away her rage, she died pretty quickly. But that's kind of, you know, the same for everything. I hate saying that. I hate saying, oh, one dragon's better than the other, because I really loved all of these guys. I loved Luminarch. I loved Enki. I loved Amarok. But it's just the way of the world. So we're going to give this base a try. I am at 100k disadvantage because Expert Ember is at 330k. This one's at 417k defense. There are a lot of towers here that invert won't really be very much of a help against, like Dark Flak, Ice Turret, so I did give him a little storm resist buff. But let's see if we can still ram our way through that pretty difficult Long Island. And I'm going to start out with Death Gaze to kill that flak and keep invert going as long as I can, because that's going to be pretty important to me. Nice. Okay, great. I could have done that better, but we made it through in the end. Okay, we're going to just keep inverting. And now we get to the farms, and of course now that farm caps have been increased, it becomes very important for you to have a dragon which has a spell that can take them out, that can help you take them out, like Death Gaze. So definitely Ember makes a big difference when dealing with stuff like that. So he, again, I could have flown that better, but as you can see, without very much forethought, he managed to take out this base fairly easily. So here I am, I'm looking at a base, it's 124, and the defense power is almost 2 million. And boosted, my Ember is only at 557k. But I believe with some clever flying and the right use of my spells, it's manageable. It's been a while, but this is, I think I remember that this is at the upper edges of the limits of what expert Amarok could take in the orange tier. But generally, I think this base will be okay. I think we can manage it with Ember. So I'm kind of concentrating because I don't fly and talk very well. Managed to get through without using my Elemental Mayhem. Now the important thing will be to kind of keep using Invert to keep the projectiles off my back so that I can focus on taking out these problematic towers. Nice. Very good. I don't remember what's coming next on this short island. We'll see. Oh, a bunch of these things. But yeah, that's pretty good. I am duly impressed. We took out an almost 2 million defense base without me doing any real forethought as to how I would strategically fly through it. And that really means that Ember is a good, easy, effective dragon to use. And if you like hunters, and if you're at the orange tier, then, 125% he is great. I'm gonna even try again on another base with a similar defense power and just see how he really measures up. Here's a base that is quite a bit more advanced than Ember and orange tier. It's a level 128, and it's 4.84 million defense power as opposed to poor old Ember, who is 560, basically, 1,000 attack power. I'm really going to try and see how good Ember is at setting up bases. This short island is going to be my most difficult one, I think. Again, I believe that it can be done. He won't take out 100% of this base for sure, but he can set it up really nicely for his follower, and that is pivotal in wars. And at the orange tier level, there's not a lot of dragons who really can stack up, take out, or help to set up a base to be taken out at this level of defense. So let's give it a try. So Death Gaze obviously is super clutch for taking out these new farms, high-level farms. That's one of the reasons why Ember makes such a great dragon. This is going to be I'm too afraid. I'm gonna do my best to take out this red mage and then just invert and kill those. So that's the best I could do really with that short island. But again, we're not here to kill this entire base. We're here to set this up for another dragon, which is how that's how wars are really gonna have to be waged. So actually, I've done a pretty good job. I've taken out 66% of this nearly 5 million defense base. I don't remember what's coming next. Okay. We're in the danger zone. We're almost dead. And we're dead. Okay. But I'm actually very impressed as to how well Ember fared on that base. And again, I wasn't even flying particularly cleverly. With a lot more forethought put into it, I don't think he could have soloed it because it's very much more powerful than he is. But he did actually a very nice job of setting it up for somebody. So there we have it. Ember is a fantastic dragon overall. I want to thank Pixel and PG once again for crediting me with Ember and all of his evolution stones so that I was able to make this video for you guys. I honestly wish that he had more evolution stones and that he went all the way up to Garnet tier because he is a killer dragon and truly the best one in Orange tier. Every evolution level he gets more powerful. Invert, Cloak, Death Gaze. You know, that combination makes me really happy. So hopefully that'll help you guys out in terms of deciding whether or not you want to invest in Ember. I cannot recommend him highly enough. Thank you, Pixel, once again. Happy flying, guys.